Hi guys, welcome to my transition lesson. Today we are going to work on reading comprehension and making inferences and using context and text clues to tell us more about meaning. And also we're going to work on some writing skills. And those are going to take form, um, they're going to take place in the form of searching for jobs and using the job descriptions for reading comprehension and trying to figure out which jobs might be legitimate or right for us and which jobs maybe are a scam. That's sort of the using the context clues and making inferences kind of thing. So we're going to use a variety of media to do that and a variety of sources and practice the actual job search. And then we'll take a break and get to starting to write a cover letter and what makes cover letters good, why do we have cover letters, and some examples of some not so good and maybe some good cover letters. So first, we have in our classroom, I'll tell you a little bit about the classroom. We've got 8 students in there. It's a resource room kind of setting, 10th and 11th grade. So we have a variety of we have LD kids, EBD kids, ASD. It's a very comfortable room. Obviously, we have a lot of different seating arrangements and things that can make it comfortable for everyone. So first, we are going to use some iPads, some computers, iPhones or Android phones, smartphones, and newspapers. We're going to practice using a whole bunch of different sources to look for and find jobs. So we're going to use Craigslist on the computers, and on the phones there are lots of good apps to use for looking for a job. Career Builder has one, and it's good mostly because it's comprehensive. It has the name recognition, and the app on the phone has the entire functions that the website has. So it's a comprehensive tool. There are also one called Job Compass that uses your location and looks really close to where you are for job openings. There's a Job Finder, which serves as like a catch-all job postings site, app, I guess, that searches a whole bunch of different jobs. It's like if you were looking for travel fairs on Kayak or something like that. So that is another good option. And then Craigster is the mobile app for Craigslist. So that is a way to look on smartphones and tablets. And we also have access to newspapers and local trade journals and other magazines that might have job positions listed in them. So we're trying to use a variety of media to explore just how to search for a job. And what I really want to focus on is finding some interests that each kid has and go after those interests. So we would spend 10 or 15 minutes trying to look for some jobs, and I'd have each student find one job that looked appealing to them, and they have a log, a sheet that they'll fill out, where they'll write down the job, and then they'll do a little bit of research about the company or the position, tell a little bit about why they would like to have that job, and go from there. And perhaps then we'll begin to write a cover letter regarding that job. And I'd also like them to find one job that they think would not be a good fit for them, whether it's because of lack of qualifications, or if it's lack of interest, or if it looks fishy to them, because that is a skill that we definitely want to teach. We don't want these kids to get swallowed up in some kind of pyramid scheme or door-to-door thing, or all those jobs that tend to litter those job posting websites. So we take about 15 minutes to do that, and then we come back, and there's a tutorial video that we have on YouTube about how to write a good cover letter. And so watch a little bit of that, but then just to kind of bring them back in, I've got a couple cover letters that I found, and they're not good ones. And I want to read one or two of those so they could pick out some of the things that they thought maybe weren't appropriate, or maybe just have a laugh, because one of these is really funny. So here is an example of how not to write your cover letter. Hey, you're probably reading a lot of applications, and you're probably not enjoying yourself. I'm writing this cover letter, and I'm not enjoying myself either. So let me cut to the chase. So I would stop after each little section and maybe have them say exactly why that was not an appropriate thing to say, and maybe how you could say it a different way, or how you would change it altogether. Let's see, what other part? So I'm going to highlight one other part of this one. You'll notice that I haven't talked about what skills I have yet. Do I honestly need to? I went to an elite institution, and we all know I'd figure out how to use whatever programs you'd like me toil away with. Working at your company doesn't take a rocket scientist, and I think we both know that, but the type of person you hire will matter, especially for your size team. Get back to me if you're looking for someone who you'll actually enjoy working with. So we would pick this apart, and hopefully the kids would have a good time just kind of laughing a little bit, or seeing how ridiculous it is. And then the other one that I found that I really liked, that I thought I could also read a little bit, this one lists personal attributes. Cat-like reflexes. Now you see me, meow you don't. Possible ESP. Knows when to hold, knows when to fold. Emits pleasant aroma. Horse-like laugh. Optional. Extremely proficient in Mario Kart for Super Nintendo. Can eat a lot at one sitting. Oh, also I can moonwalk quite well. So these are some things. Maybe it's not so obvious what we should put in our cover letter, but these are some things that we can pick out and say, obviously, do not write these in your cover letter. So then we talk a little bit about what should you write in your cover letter. And I found one thing that I thought struck me, and that is the start of your cover letter. And so obviously I would have like an interactive whiteboard, or at least a projector or something to put these up, but I don't have that right now, so I'm just going to read this off. And so I would, since we're working on the start of our cover letter, and hopefully they found one job that they would like to potentially apply for, hypothetically in this class, of course, but we can practice writing a cover letter for something that actually looks interesting to them, because it's hard to write just a generic one. So this talks about the opening paragraph of your cover letter. More than any other section of your cover letter, your opening gambit is your choice to punch your employers in the eyes with your brilliance. Many people mistake the opening few lines of your cover letter as a chance to ease into what they want to say, stating that they have an interest in the role, that they're applying for the position of, that they've seen the opportunity in. All of this is nonsense. Your cover letter exists. Stating its purpose is therefore redundant. So there's some vocabulary in there that I would probably change or explain further to them. But then it says, instead, try and find something original, surprising and insightful to say. Something that will make the probably fairly glazed-eyed reader sit up and spill coffee all over their knees. State your favorite thing about the company. State your childhood dream. State the mistake you noticed on their website and why you'll be the one to fix it. Say something real to you, something in keeping with the branding of the company, and something they'll remember. So this one connects back to their interests and what they see as strengths, and we want to build off those things that they do see in themselves as strengths and what they're passionate about, and try to just connect a little bit there and get that on the paper in writing. So at the end of the class period, they've got their job log, which we work on throughout the class, and I will monitor that and see what they're looking at and what they're finding, and whether or not they're getting it as far as what jobs would be appropriate or what jobs are not so appropriate. And then also this cover letter, which they'll share with me, or I'll have a physical copy of, that I can look at and edit, and we can continue to come back to this as part of our transition goals. So that was just a brief synopsis of this lesson, and everyone enjoy your day. Thanks.